We are live again. Hope everyone had a good holidays and it's a good start to a New Year's. So today we're talking liposuction, fat transfer, how to get rid of those hanging bellies with no tummy tuck. Everything that we do is under local anesthesia while you're awake. The fat can be removed on the belly, and you can see we completely eliminate that hanging belly without a tummy tuck. There's no need to cut the skin away. Those of you that have been told that you had to get a tummy tuck, that there's no other option, this is an option for you. This is the option. If you don't want to get the skin cut away, you don't want to have the big incision, then this is the option for you to get the belly to disappear. And literally, I'm using these words on purpose. It's just, we eliminate the hanging belly. The skin tightens up every time. This idea, and the funny thing is, I had another consultation today, and it's the same exact story that every plastic surgeon will tell you. It's all the same stuff. If you've had a baby, they tell you your muscle's weak. It's total bullshit. They didn't do any examination, nothing to prove that. They just tell you that, and it's meant directly to get you to do a tummy tuck. They've also would tell you you don't want to have an empty sack of skin, which there is none, but they tell you that. They say you don't want to have an empty sack of skin, so you obviously need to get a tummy tuck, right? And you being, if you're not knowledgeable and you don't realize that there's alternatives, there's options, there's a way to get rid of the belly without doing a tummy tuck. If you don't know that, then you're gonna fall for it. It's a trap. It's a trap. And literally every single plastic surgeon across the country would tell you this. I've heard the story probably 15, 20,000 times over the years. It's the same story. They read from the same book. It's the same, it's exactly the same thing. And there's no basis for this information. When they tell you you're gonna have an empty sack of skin, I've done this literally thousands of times, and there's never, ever, 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 ever an empty sack of skin. However, they keep telling you that. They keep telling people that you have to get a tummy tuck. It's just not true. It's not true. And if you have the insight and you can see that, it's possible to get this done without getting your skin cut away, then maybe you'll take the next step, right? But the only way for you to get these results is for you to take action. That's for sure. There's people that talk, but they don't ever take action, and those people achieve zero in their life. So when you're ready to transform your life, I'm ready to seriously transform your life, then that's when I want to deal with you. That's when it's time to give us a call, because I know that when you're ready, we can make huge dramatic changes for you, huge dramatic change. And for me, that's fun. That's what I do this for, and I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about changing your life. I'm passionate about improving your situation, and it's just helping you along the path, this path for self-improvement, becoming your best version. What's up, Rare Breed? Your first live here. Awesome. Good to hear. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. Any of you who are looking for pricing stuff, cost, those kind of stuff, we have a quick quote system that allows you to easily get the pricing for free. On Instagram, I just pinned the comment there. On Facebook, and also the link tree is available in our profile. In our profile. It's also available on the website. And on the link tree is essentially when that opens up, it gets every link that we have, whether that's our social media pages, our Facebook group, the link for the quick quote, which is the easy pricing. And then once you get the pricing and you know that you're ready to move forward, the next step is the formal consultation. The formal consultation is where we do charge for that. It's $100, but you're paying for my time and my evaluation of your situation. And so we give you the opportunity to send in pictures, and we develop a plan specifically for you. And we confirm the pricing that you received on the quick quote. And then after you've had the consultation, it's time to move forward. It's ready to change your life. So you can see from these pictures, we do a lot of large individuals, but there's smaller individuals as well. And interestingly enough, when you take away a small amount of fat, it creates the curve, it creates the shapes. So some of these smaller individuals, it's you may believe your ideal weight already, and that's great, that's cool. But if you don't have the shape, look, you can see how she had a square shape before, then afterwards we can create that hourglass figure. So that's what's possible. See, many people say, well, why don't we just diet and exercise and do it that way? Well, that's great if you can do it, but in most cases, what happens is you just become a smaller version of what you already are. So when you lose weight, let's say you're 200 pounds and you can lose 20 or 30 pounds, that's great, and you'll be smaller, but likely you're just going to be a smaller version of what you already are. Now, if you like your shape, then that might be a good thing. But if you don't like your shape and you're looking for something different, that's when it's time to call. That's what liposuction is good for, creating that shape and creating that hourglass figure. Don from YouTube asks, are your procedures done while you're awake? Yes, they are. All of our procedures are done when under local anesthesia while you're awake. And so the way that we do this, when I say local anesthesia, it's called the tumescent technique, and we're injecting copious amounts of fluid into the fat layer, and the fluid consists of lidocaine, which is the numbing medication, and epinephrine, which constricts all the blood vessels. This is what allows us to remove the fat with very little blood loss. And also, it allows us to do this procedure completely while you're awake. And it may seem weird to some of you. However, avoiding general anesthesia, not only is it significantly safer, but it saves a lot of money. General anesthesia has to be done in a hospital setting or a surgery center, which is significantly more expensive. You also require a second doctor, an anesthesiologist, to manage your airway, because what happens when they put you to sleep is it stops you from breathing. It's very, very dangerous. Many of you who think it's just going to sleep, that's ignorance speaking. You need to do a little bit more research and realize what's actually happening when you do general anesthesia and the complications and issues that come from general anesthesia. What's up, Sonia? Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a great holidays. If you haven't heard me talking about our ketone supplement, let me just touch on that a little bit. This is something that's fairly new to our practice. The ketone supplement it's a bioidentical ketone. When I say bioidentical, what that means is that it's exactly the same. It's identical to the ketone that our body already produces. See, our liver produces ketones when we deprive the body of sugar and carbohydrates, and that's the keto diet. So your body will go into ketosis by producing ketones in the liver, and if you can do that by the diet, that's great. It's an amazing thing, because when you get your body into ketosis, your body starts to burn fat as opposed to sugar and carbohydrates. So when you start to burn fat, there's many, many benefits to this. For one thing, the reduction of fat, the burning of fat, helps to detoxify the body. Many of the toxins that you carry are stored within the fat cells. So when we eliminate the fat, that helps to reduce the toxins. And reducing the toxins, you tend to get an anti-inflammatory effect. This is very similar to fasting. So those of you that have tried fasting in the past, this is very similar, because your body goes into ketosis after a few days after it's depleted all the sugar and carbohydrates. Someone says, "You the only doc who makes people look like they got a tummy tuck." Yeah, I need to book. Look, this is something that I personally developed, and it's come by trial and error, right? I've done thousands of these procedures. I just got tons of. I got more practice than everyone else. That's all it is. I got more practice, and in getting more practice, I had realizations, and I was able to realize the problems that were causing the issues. And so once I realized what the problem was, I was able to fix those problems. I was able to counteract those problems that caused the belly to hang over. So even on these very, very large individuals, I still get this belly to go away. It's because I'm focused on the minute details, the small details that cause the belly to hang over. There's connective tissue. Each of those little connections is like the body's memory, and it remembers that the skin is supposed to fold there. It only remembers it because there's the connective tissue. So my job is to go clear out all that connective tissue and effectively erase the memory of the body. And then once we erase the memory, we put the skin back in position. We hold it in position for a couple weeks with the compression garment, and as we hold it in position there, the body forms scar tissue, which makes it permanent and reforms the new memory. But you got to keep it in position. That's the key. So you got to keep it in position without the fold, without irregularities, and when you do that, the body will form scar tissue and make it permanent. Okay, yeah. Sonia's on Instagram. She previously had the procedure, so she's answering some questions for you girls here. Okay, how many liters can be taken out during one session? I mean, there's recommendations on maximum amount of fat to remove. The recommendations guidelines say 5 liters. There's no in Las Vegas and Nevada. There's no specific number. However, I've been doing this a long time, so I pushed the limits. And in pushing the limits, I figured out not exactly where they are because it's not a defined line. However, what I've found is that when we remove excessive amounts of fat, there's a higher propensity of issues. And when I say issues, the consequences of being too aggressive with liposuction, taking out too much fat, the consequences are that you get afterwards lightheaded, dizzy, nausea, vomiting, fainting, things of that nature. And sometimes you just feel like crap afterwards. And girls say, like, I feel like I got hit by a truck. Well, it's traumatic to your body. This is it. This is what we're doing. It's traumatic to your body. So removing fat, it is traumatic to your body. So what we found is that if you come into the procedure very well hydrated, so you drink like a gallon plus of water the day before the procedure, day of the procedure, and the day after the procedure, if you're very well hydrated, a lot of those symptoms don't occur, which the reason is because a lot of the issues are volume depletion issues. So volume is the fat. I remove the fat from your body. There's it's almost like it's a volume of fluid. And what happens is your body tries to fill the space that we just created. It'll try and fill that with swelling, which is fluid. And where does it get the fluid? It gets the fluid from your blood. It comes directly from the blood. So they call it third spacing. So it's going into this third space that I just created, which is technically in your body, but it's technically not part of your body. So it's not within your system and usable fluids. Therefore, your body reacts by having this fluid depletion or like severe dehydration. So drinking plenty of water will help alleviate that. Can I do 360 lipo and arms at the same time? I don't normally recommend that. And typically when we do the arms, I like to treat the underarm and the upper back as well to complete the entire problem. And you can see like this picture here, her problem was not just the arms, but she also had this back area, this stuff, this like I call them the speed bumps, right? The bra roll area. So once we get the fat out of there, that narrows out the back. A lot of the girls, they say, I'm like, I feel like a linebacker, I'm so wide. Well, we want to narrow out the back, and you can see how we take the fat in the back area here that narrows that out. But then also it's the additional taking out of the arms, which narrows you out from the outside, right? So where the arms are, we narrow on this portion out here. Then along the chest, so the chest wall, the underarm, the upper back, the bra roll area, we want to narrow that as well. And the combination of both gets the bigger, more dramatic change. And so that's why I like to treat the stuff together, because it's one big problem. If your problem is being, wide, then you got to take care of the entire problem, not just a part of it. So that's the philosophy there. That's why we do these procedures separate. Now, when I do them separate, then I can get more aggressive. We can get more fat out and make a bigger, more dramatic change with one procedure. Okay, do you have more pictures of the chin lipo? We got a bunch of pictures of chin lipo, which you just got to look for them. We have content all over the place. I guess there's some pictures right there. Right on cue. And there's also, Sonia's saying here that there's also the support group. So if you want to see more pictures, like all these pictures here, they're all shown publicly. The individuals themselves are sharing them. So you can get that information on a Facebook group. So on Facebook, it's called My Shape Lipo Support Group. Sonia just made that comment on Instagram. But when you go search there, you can actually communicate directly with these patients. So these people are actually, they post these pictures, which is why they're not perfect pictures. It's not from our office. The angles aren't great. The lighting isn't great. You can see she's in her car. So, these aren't great pictures, but it's real. It's the real deal. These are actual real people, and you can communicate directly with them. So it's almost like you have a friend or family member that has had the procedure at My Shape Lipo and has experience with me. specifically, so you can get that recommendation. I mean, if you're the type of person that likes testimonials, first of all, testimonials, most of them are fake and fabricated. So don't put too much weight into the testimonial type stuff. Those are all. And also the only thing I don't really like about testimonials is it's static, meaning. Someone may have wrote a testimonial like 7 or 8 years ago, and it still shows as if it's relevant. However, you don't have the opportunity to communicate with that person. I mean, even when they wrote the review, things still may have changed afterwards. You don't know. But the point is that when you go to the group, you can not only can you see these pictures, you can see the testimonials from the real people, and then you know who they are. You have their actual name, not some just like whatever. But you can go communicate directly with them. You can ask them questions directly on Facebook, on the group. You can ask them questions. You can private message them, and they'll send you more pictures. They're very forthcoming, and the reason they're forthcoming is because they were in your seats just a little while ago, and now they figured out how to change. They figured out how to live a better life, become a better version of themselves, and so they feel obligated to pay it forward and share with you. And I expect the same of you. As soon as you get this procedure and you learn how to start changing your life and changing your habits and living a better, healthier lifestyle, I expect you to pay it forward. And if you want to help our patients, that's fine. They would be more than happy to hear your story. However, it's important to pay it forward and help your friends and family and all the people around you. And this is how I call this the ripple effect. And so imagine like it's throwing a rock into a pond, and initially you have a big splash. That's when we do your procedure. That's the big splash. Now it ripples out from there. The energy that I put into you will get these physical results, but that energy then ripples from you, and your friends and family will see it. And not only that, they see the energy that you bring forth. And when I mean bring forth, it's the happiness, the joy, the confidence, this, right? When you're bringing forth this type of happiness, it affects everybody around you. That's the ripple. And as it affects them, it makes them smile, makes them happy, makes them, man, maybe I can do it, right? Maybe I can feel better about myself. Maybe I can get rid of my belly. Maybe I can look better. Maybe I can, fit in my clothes better. Maybe I can. So it gets people thinking. That it ripples into the people around you. And the people that are closer, they get more influence than the people that are further away. But if you want to make an impact on this world, you want to make a positive difference, you want to help other people, this is the way to do it, right? But you have to be an example. You can't just, it's one thing for me to tell you, oh, you should live a healthy lifestyle, you should do these, and if I didn't do that, if I was big and fat and I didn't do any of the stuff myself, then you'd be like, whatever, you'd blow me off. But that's not the case. I follow all of the stuff that I speak on, all of it. I'm living example of all of these things that I speak on, and this stuff works. It works, and I'm proof. And not only that, all my patients are proof, because they do the same things. They follow the same path, and it's not. You don't have to make this stuff up. You really don't. So like a lot of people get overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this. You don't have to make it up. You don't. All you have to do is follow the path. And my job is to take my bright light and just shine it around so everybody can see, right? The path is already it's already there. Our patients have gone, thousands of people have gone through this path, so it's wide open. You can see it. All you got to do is look for it. I'm going to point it out for you, and then you have to go look. And when you see it, you're like, I can do this, okay? And then when you speak to our previous patients, it's just more confirmation. It's just confirming that it's possible and you can do it and you can achieve these results if you want, but you just got to start going through the process. You got to start the journey. See, the 1,000-mile journey starts with the first step, and if you never take the first step, you'll never finish. That's a guarantee. Okay, success doesn't. Let's see. Success. Shit. What was I gonna say? I'm trying to think of a quote. I got a bunch of quotes in my head, and sometimes they pop up, and sometimes I can remember them and spew them off, and other times, it's not quite as clear. But I thought of it. I just can't. It's not there. It's right on my tongue. Anyways, when I think of it, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Let's see. We have someone that says, I paid my deposit for $360 already. The results are so good. I want everything done. I know. I know it's cool. You know, I know when people come in, they're like, "I want to get everything done all at once," but it's the journey. It just takes. You just got to take one step at a time. You know, it gets overwhelming when you start thinking about transforming your whole body all at once. It's overwhelming, and your brain will tell you it's too hard. You can't do it. It's gonna take too long. That's what your brain's gonna tell you. And when your brain tells you that, if you believe it, you'll be like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should. I should just, it's gonna be too hard. I won't get the results that I'm looking for. So I won't even start. That's what the brain does every time. Okay, you are the one that's in control of this body mind complex. You're in control of the whole thing. Okay, stop listening to this crazy monkey brain that's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, that you're not fast enough, that you're not able to do these things. That's the stuff that stops you every single time. So get past that. Stop listening to this crazy brain thing that's going on. We all have it. It's this crazy little voice in our head that tells us, "Oh, it's gonna take too long. Don't even bother." It's people don't get. I spoke with this one person a long time ago, and they didn't get results, so you're not gonna get results. Well, that's bullshit. Stop listening to the craziness. Okay, you got to move past that. Stop thinking so much and just do. You see the results. You talk to the patients. You've seen the consistency. Stop thinking so much and just do. See, the action is the key to get to achieving all of your dreams. It's action. Okay, the ideas are not good enough. You can't. It's smart. Being smart is not good enough. Having the information is not good enough. The intentions are not good enough. You have to start taking action on your desires. And if you take action on your desires, that's when you'll start manifesting your dreams, and everything starts happening fast, very, very fast in your life. But you have to start taking action. Okay, and for someone who doesn't normally take action, you need to push, right? It's like they say an object in motion tends to stay in motion. Well, that's when momentum starts. If you can get the ball rolling, then it's a lot easier, right? That's what I do. You're stuck. You just have to get to my table. That's it. Just get to my table, and I'll give you a big, huge kick in the ass. Not exactly, right? But think about it. They get you a big, huge kick in the ass and push you forward in your life. Okay, you can achieve these results quicker. That's way better, right? So you're way further along in your path. Okay, when you're done with me. Now, that's not the end. That's just the beginning. Imagine it's like you're starting to ride a bike, and my job is I give you a nice big push. And if I give you a big push, it's easy to ride, right? When you're moving fast enough, it's easy to ride. That's the same thing. Okay? Once I give you that big push, it's easy. But you got to keep pedaling. You got to keep doing the things that are necessary to maintain that body. If you don't do that, then you just recreate the same problems. You already know how to do that. You know that the things that you've done wrong. I swear to God, every single patient that I talk to, every single person that I talk to, they know the things that they're doing wrong. You know. Maybe it's the sugar, maybe it's the not exercising. You know. They always know. Always. Okay, there's going to be maybe some confusion about something, but you always know. Maybe it's the alcohol. You know the problems that you're doing. We all do. We all do, and there's a certain level that we know that the things that we do are not right for us. They're not the best for us. So, but yet we continue doing them. So that's what I'm saying. At some point, you're the one in charge. So why do you keep doing these things that are not right for you, that are not good for you? Why do you keep doing that? Because somehow you allow this monkey brain, this crazy thought process to direct you. But you're the one in charge. You need to take control of this body-mind complex that you have. You've been gifted this body, this mind. They're yours. They're tools, though. It's not you. It's a tool. You get to use this body. It's like a car. You get to go around. You get to go around in this vehicle. It gets you from point A to point B. That's the body. Great. Good thing. Okay? We all have a body. Now, if you take care of your body like a sports car, it'll treat you like a sports car. If you take care of the body like it's a fat hunk of crap, then that's what it's going to do to you. It's going to treat you the same way. So have respect for yourself. Take responsibility for yourself. And if you do, your whole world will change. You were given this body as a gift. If you've done things that cause problems, then now is the time to change. All you have to do is realize that you have the power. The power exists within you. It always has been. It's always been there. All you have to do is claim that power and start taking action. Decide. Today's the day that I'm going to start living a healthy lifestyle. Today's the day that I'm going to start losing weight. Today's the day that I'm going to start becoming my best version. Live your best life. Why not? I mean, look, depending on what you believe, maybe you believe that we're going to have multiple lives, and you can do whatever you want in this life, and it's no consequence, and maybe you can make it up in the next life. They say karma. That's what that is, right? But you have this life, you have this opportunity, you have this time, and some people squander it away, and they live lives of quiet desperation, and they end up dying with this song inside of them. I think that was Thoreau or Emerson, something like that. See, I got these quotes in my head, but people, they never meet their full potential, and you believe you're limited, and that's just not the case. You identify with one being, and when you identify one being, you will act. All your actions will come out of that. So if you believe, you identify with a fat chick, all of your mindset and your decisions, everything will spawn out of that belief. So but that's not the truth. That's not who you are. That's just the state of being right now. Tomorrow you'll be in a different state of being. The choices that you make on a daily basis are going to affect the tomorrow. But the truth is that we only experience the now, a moment. We only experience a moment in time, which is kind of crazy when you think about, we talk about the past, which is strictly in our memory, which is a figment of our imagination. It's an illusion. But we talk about it like it's real. Like, where is it? How can I access it? Right? There's pictures of it, but I don't, it's really just a memory in my mind. And then we talk about the future. The future doesn't exist either. It's an illusion. We like to think that, the future years from now, 5 years, 10 years, but that shit doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is right now. Now, eventually that future thought might come into the now. It might come into the present, but it might not. For sure, nothing from the past is going to come back into the present, unless you allow it to, unless you bring it back. And so when I say when you bring it back, is like if you remember it and you bring it back into the now, you can experience the same emotions from the past failures, from the past losses. You can experience that in the now only if you choose. And how are you experiencing it? You're bringing it in through the mind. That's it. Once you start to realize what's really going on in this world, what you really are, who you really are, you can start making decisions from a different way. And it opens up your whole world. And you stop being so limited. You stop being so limited by these titles that you call yourself. Mother, accountant, driver, sister. These are all just titles. That's not you. Imagine it's like we have this play of life, and we all get to choose these different roles that we want to take on. I thought it'd be kind of cool to be a father, so what did I do? I went and I got married and had kids, so I took on these roles. So now I'm a father. Now I'm a husband. Before that I was a brother. I was a son. Now I'm an uncle. I mean, these are all roles. Am I a different person though? No, not at all. These are all just roles. It's like a play. And so what I do is the way that our social functions is that we all are given these roles, or we choose these roles, and it's your job to live out the best of that role. So I am playing this role as this liposuction god, we'll say, this liposuction specialist. And so I have chosen to do the best that I can to play out this role. I don't identify with it. It's certainly not me. It's just this role that I'm choosing to play, and I'm going to do the best role that I can do here. So your job is to become the best version of you. And whatever that means, whatever roles you've chosen, you need to become the best at all of them. It's your obligation to society. That's how this society turns. That's how we keep moving. That's how things keep going. But if you think that you are a teacher, that's who you are. If you think you are a sister and you're limited to just that box, then you will live as if that's all you are. But that's not the truth. You're completely unlimited. Not only that, you can be as many different characters as you want. You can take on as many different roles as you want. And how well you play each role is totally up to you. You want to be the best mom? Up to you. You want to be the best sister? It's up to you. You want to be a role model? It's up to you. If you don't want to and you say, I don't want to play any of these roles, and you're going to rebel, that's a role as well. You're the rebellion person, right? We all know the rebellious kid. That's the role that they play. And they affect all of us, right? Just like you affect everyone else around you. And I affect everyone around me. We're all connected. Look, this is perhaps getting a little deep for this conversation here, but the truth is that if you don't realize who you are, then it's hard for you to make decisions appropriately. Because if you keep acting within these boxes that you think you are, that you're identifying with, then you're going to be limited and stuck in that box forever. Forever. So all I'm here to do is tell you that you are not in a box. You do not have to identify with this body. We can change it. You want to change it? Let's change it. It's if you want. It's your choice. All you have to do is say yes and start moving forward. All right, motivation on Monday. So I hope you guys had a great talk here. Thank you for watching. Now, just to let you know that if you're interested in getting this procedure, go check out their quick quote. The quick quote can be found through our link tree, which is the link is in the profile. It's also on our website. That's where you can get the quick quote, which is the instant pricing. And then when you're serious to move forward, the next step is the formal consultation. Now there's no BMI restrictions, no age limits. It's for healthy individuals. And if you're bigger, we suck fat from people. That's what I do. I'm not gonna limit that. You know, you got more fat, I'm gonna suck out more fat out of you. This is how we get the big changes. We help big people make big changes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you for stopping by, and I will see you all soon.